Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So this is going to be the last one in the series, guys. We've been talking about the rebalances that are coming in September. Playerium have dropped the hammer, said that there's going to be a big, or no, they've said huge champion rebalance dropping in September. This is the fourth and final part of my series where I talk about... no thanks, Playerium, I don't want to buy stuff. I talk about which champions I think are currently in need of a buff and which champions do I think could handle a nerf. Whenever I say the word nerf, I get 25 down thumbs straight away because people are really sour about anyone they've already invested in. Guys, I'm in the same place. I'm not saying this is coming, this is happening. This is just my view on champions that currently are overscaling their kind of rank and other champions which are way under. So we've got 4 factions left to do. Undead Hordes through to Dwarfs. It's going to be a big one. Get your popcorn. Let's go for it. So, as I say, Undead's got a lot of champs. And actually a lot of really good epics and legendary champions here. So, this is the one we've all been waiting for. Let's start with the epics. Draw Grab's fine. I think it's great. Seeker, I think is great. Catacomb, I think is great. Maybe could do with like an extra 5 base speed, just to make him even more super relevant. Because his kit is not, other than ally attack, his kit's actually not that strong. If he had another 5 base speed, he would be perfect, I think. Now, first one that's badly in need of a buff. Really, really strongly suggest that they do this because it's one of their kind of like signature champions, yeah? Aethel, signature champion. As a rare, Aethel stands in the top probably 10 of all of rares. As an epic, Dark Aethel sits in the bottom 10. She's just a waste of time. And people get it for free, so they should be able to do something with her. Her whole kit is kind of aimed at Spider. Yeah, so you got A1, decreased defense, fine. A2, attacks all enemies and chance to put decreased speed. Fine, I like it actually. A3, attacks all enemies, places increased speed on this champion if they kill 4 or more. That part's cool. Heals this champion if they kill 6 or more. Gets an extra turn if they kill 10 or more. So firstly, obviously that's aimed at Spider, yeah? Firstly, the numbers are too high. So it should be increased speed if they kill 2 or more, heals this champion if they kill 4 or more, extra turn if they kill 6 or more. That's number 1. The second thing is she needs to hit harder. It's simple as that. Her kit is actually really well designed. She just needs to hit harder. Even if you gear her in Crazy Deer, I could put her in Crazy Deer and she's struggling to kill spiderlings in stage 20. So the whole point of her kit is that she throws out debuffs, she buffs herself, she can kill everything and get another go, or she struggles to do that because she hits like a noodle. So she just needs some love on the multipliers and just some tweaks to the numbers in here. And then she'll be cool. I actually think Dark Helhane is a well-designed champ. She hits hard. Her passive's a bit odd. I think because she's able to... So she instantly removes freeze and then places these buffs. What they should have done was she instantly removes freeze. The first buff she should place on herself is block debuffs. So she can't instantly be frozen again. If she had block debuffs and then all of this going on, brilliant champion design. Brilliant champion design. Just a slight tweak and then she's excellent in the game. Husk, I think, is already cool. It's got a good place. This fella, Karam, he blows poisons up, yes. Otherwise, he is useless. He can put a bit of poison out himself. I think for him, you either need to go more savage on the amount of poison he can get out there. So, make this a double hit and each hit's got a chance to place poison. And then perhaps you put poison on this as well, an AoE poison, but it's only a single turn poison so that he can then blow it all up. So at the moment, this is all he's got. So he's 100% reliant on everyone else in his team to make his kit work. Which it shouldn't be that way. Lich, kind of got no place in the game right now. He puts increased defense out. He attacks one enemy, puts decreased speed. What is that? Make this an AoE ability. Make this increased defense and a shield for 20% of his HP on everyone. Something like that. That would be really cool. This ability here probably could stay the same if you tweak the other abilities. And make this something like increased defense in all battles. He needs a love. He can take a hit. That's it. He's just an out-and-out tank. but with no other utility, an out-and-out tank in this game is useless. Hexia needs some work. Just terrible. All attack one enemy stuff. She can hit kind of hard, but her base defense is super low, which means she's so squishy. I just think something here needs to be AoE damage. Something needs to be AoE, probably her A3, AoE damage, and puts increased speed on all of your team. Give her some use. Give her some love. Defiled Sinner, terrible right now. It wouldn't be any unjust to just kick him out of the game. Kick him out of the game. Bring the champion pool back in a little bit. Let's bring it back in. Let's kick the useless stuff out. Just give people a refund on whatever they've spent on that champion so far. Or give them, I don't know, a shard or something, whatever. But a shard and a refund, I'd say. But yeah, if you're going to keep him in the game, it needs to be like a dramatic rework. Dramatic. Attacks one enemy, then attacks all enemies. Inflicted damage to 15% of their max HP if the first enemy is killed. Like, ramp this up. Ramp this up a lot. Like 50% or something crazy. There needs to be a lot more damage here for an enemy max HP champ. He's useless right now. I think she's okay. I think he's okay. I think Zelatar's kind of okay. Could do with perhaps just a little bit more love on this shield. Probably like another 10 or 20% here to make him actually cool. You compare his shield to Miscreated Monster's shield, and it's nowhere near. Nowhere near. So I think that is it for the epics. Legendaries then, they're actually, I think the legendaries here are all really well balanced. There's not anyone who stands out to me that's underpowered or overpowered. Or not. So actually, most of these are fine. So, fine. I think he's cool. I think the build here is cool. Blood Gorge actually now is pretty cool. Shallard is maybe a little bit overpowered now, but I think he's actually okay. Maybe if I was to nerf him at all, and don't get me wrong, he's one of my favourite champions in my teams. I would probably make this a normal fear instead of true fear. If I was to nerf him at all, just make it a normal fear so that he's not insane. He is pretty insane right now. Nephril, brilliant. Harvest Jack, very good. I think Suzerain's quite good as well. So I think all of the legendaries are fine. Maybe Mashald's a bit strong. So let's talk about the two then that are not fine. And if they nerf anyone, if they only nerf 2 people in September, let it be these 2. Please let it be these 2. And then they will rebalance their game. And this is a simple one for me. Rotus, the simplicity of this nerf is beautiful. So you've got a choice. Something needs to be nerfed on this A3. Okay? So you can either increase the cooldown of it. So make it 5 or 6 turn cooldown. For something this strong, it should take a while to come back. Yeah? If you don't want to do that, you shouldn't have all of these things going off at once. So either remove, maybe ignore 25% target's defense. Or maybe if you want to keep this defense thing up, get rid of the ignores unkillable. Don't let him be able to beat everyone up. Let him be able to beat certain people up. Or you keep all of this the same, but he doesn't get an extra turn. Excuse me. Doesn't get an extra turn. Or you keep it all the same, but you can revive those champs. Something has to give. He's got way too much in this one move. The rest of his kit, by the way, I love. I love the rest of his kit. I like the fact that he's got a slim chance to get an extra turn here. Fine. Decreased defense, fine. I like that this move in particular I love because it gives you a different depth to an attack-based champion, and I think they need that. But yeah, this move here is too strong. Guys, I know you're all going to give me a down fun for saying it. It's true. I've got 2 Rotus. I love the champ myself. But he's ruining the game. You can't have a defense meta in Arena because of this move. You can't do it. Change it. And then we got the bride. Then we've got the bride to talk about. So if we thought the last fella was wrong, she single-handedly is way too busted. We all know it, guys. We all know it. It's because We all want her. We all want her. That's how we know it. Every single person who pulls a Void Shard's hoping it's Siphi. So what would I do? I don't want to completely nerf her into the ground, right? Because then she's dull. I think I like a lot about her kit. There's a couple of things I would do. Firstly, I would change this line here. This debuff cannot be resisted. First change. She should have to have accuracy to land sleep. Okay? Because it means that you have to focus on another stat. And when you're focusing on another stat, it means you can't build the other stats up as high as you are. Okay? So there has to be accuracy to land sleep. It's bonkers, guys, that if you disagree with that, it's bonkers. This should not be full turn meter. This should not be full turn meter. If you're going to keep this, if you want all these buffs, the best buffs in the game, all are one move, you cannot be reviving someone with a full turn meter. It's just not fair, guys. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not right. And you give them a bunch of buffs. Come on. Come on. Wake up. Maybe it's a 75% turn meter. Make it still strong, but don't make it like ridiculous like it is. And I wouldn't change any more than that. I think if you did those two things, she's still bustedly strong, but she's not a different tier above every other legendary in the game. Maybe knock 4 speed off her as well for fun. Right, that's Siphi done. Okay, let's go on to Dark Elves. Dark Elves, got a good selection of epics here. I think most of them are actually fine. I would change Crimson Helm to have this go for 2 turns. If you've got decreased attack here for 2 turns, the rest of the kit is actually very cool and makes her a really good clan boss champ. But as it is for 1 turn, it's not enough to be your decreased attack champion. So put it on for 2 turns. I think she's good. Warden, look at this emo fella. I mean, what is he all about? Everything's based off defense, which I like. Why are you giving him the small version of Weaken? Give him the proper Weaken. No one wants this. You give him the small version of decreased attack. Is it? It is. Yeah. Small version of decreased attack. Small version of Weaken. I mean, where's he playing? Is he in the kindergarten here? Like, give him the proper debuffs for an epic. Then he's good. Give him the proper debuffs and then he's good. You know? Puts it on for 2 turns, 4 turn cooldown. He probably needs 1 more turn cooldown here as well. And then that's good. So, just give him the proper debuffs for an epic. Delver. Sometimes you pull Delver and you think, oh, have I got the good one? No, I didn't. I got Delver. That's what we're looking at with Delver. So, she kind of doesn't have a place in the game. She's got an AoE ability here. Places increased attack on her. If the target has got a weaken, places decreased defense. Like, just give her decreased defense, AoE. And then she's kind of good. Give her weaken, you know, just give her AoE and then she's good. And perhaps make this a double hitter so that she can be good for Fire Knights. Fang Cleric, one of the new champs. Just, again, no real utility in his game. What's he bringing? Pretty much nothing. Remove him from the game. Literally remove him from the game. Nobody cares. He would be 1 less epic to worry about. Pull in if you got the right champs. These two, I think, are both pretty good. And quite well balanced, actually. I like them both. So, what are you saying, guys? What are you saying about this ridiculous move? 3 turns, removes all buffs, places 2 of the biggest debuffs on everyone, 100% chance to land. It's places, so she can do it whenever she wants. She doesn't have to hit. She's overpowered for an epic. We all know it. We all expect me to say it. That's how you know it, because you're expecting me to talk about it. And you're already ready to like flare up because it's your best champion. Yeah, she's insane. There's a reason why she's in nearly every single platinum level arena team. She's too strong. This move here change this to removes all buffs from all enemies, and then it's a 50% chance of placing these two debuffs. And all of a sudden she becomes an epic, not a legendary. Yeah, that's all you would need to change, and she would actually be more reasonable because it's not guaranteed anymore. Or her A3 is the debuffs, and her A2 is the removal buffs. But you don't, if you got them on the same move like they are right now, she's overpowered. And it needs to change because it's not fair to someone who doesn't have her, basically. That's basically where we're at. People say, well, what, you should buff everyone up to her level. Well, that means you've got to buff every single champion in the game. You either buff every single champion in the game or you nerf one champion, guys. Can you not see it? Buff 300 or nerf one. That's why nerfs happen, yeah? I know it's painful. It'll be painful for me if they change her as well, but she needs to change. She's overpowered. Ray is kind of similar to Madame in that this move kind of does too much. They almost need to take some of the multiplier out of this and put it here. Because this hits too hard for what it does. Removes all buffs, freezes, and nukes. It hits too hard for what it does. This is the one that should do all the damage. This should be your setup. Other than that, I think she's a great champ. Great champ. Great champ. Maybe he's a little... No, I think he's fine. Xavier, fine. Vizier, I mean, he probably should get at least 5% taken off of his chance to land. Maybe 10. Maybe this should be 10% less chance to increase debuffs. To try and get him back in line with other people that are playing his game. Because at the moment, he's kind of busted. He's kind of busted good. Astrolith, give this girl some love. I've got 4 of these. Give Astrolith some love. I've got 4. I just don't know. I don't know where to even start with this champion. Place 2 bombs, detonate after 1 turn. It could be as simple as this becomes an attacks all enemy move. Everyone gets 2 bombs on them, bit like Lord Shazar, and they detonate after 1 turn, and then bang, she's a good champ. She's a good champ then. But at the moment, she's awful. She's absolutely awful. Terrible champion. Definitely needs some love. She needs a complete rework, I think. But if you made this AoE, then at least she's got a place in the arena. At the moment, she's got a place nowhere. Queen Eva is kind of fine. Ghostborn, I think, is fine. I do think Blind Seer needs a buff to her shields. I think if you've got someone like a miscreated monster that can throw out the shields that he does, Warlord throws out the shields that he does, Valkyrie does as well, her shields are quite weak. Everything else about her kit's actually very, very cool. This shield was just probably double the size it is now, then actually she would be kind of in a lot of teams all of a sudden. We've got the new legendary here. Visually looks cool actually, by the way. But double hits, decreased turn meter, AoE, decreased speed. Places shield on this champion. I wish this was just like on the whole team. Places provoke on 1 target and ally protection on all targets. So if they just change this to AoE provoke, again, she's quality. She would be a quality champion. That's all they need to do. AoE provoke. So let's get into Night Revenants, guys. Hopefully the most ridiculous ones are out of the way. We're going to have a few more conversations in this one, though. You know it. So Crypt Witch, what does she have any use for in the game right now? Nothing is the answer, by the way. Night Revenants, as a rule, seem to have bad defense, which is not helpful when you're trying to build people to actually outlast some of the damage that we take. So I think for her kit, she needs an AoE ability. Maybe it's this one. Ignores 50% target defense if the target is faster than this champion. It's so like situational because if a target's faster than her, chances are she's dead. She's basically dead already. Or I guess maybe she's taking out their speed lead, which is quite cool, actually. Like taking out something like a Lysandra single target. That's actually quite a cool feature. Maybe if she had like a block revive on this move, would be awesome. Yeah, I feel like again, she's one of those ones. If you removed her from the game completely, we wouldn't even notice right now. So she needs a complete overwork. Maybe she just needs an arena speed aura. Maybe she needs like a speed aura for the arena, like a high one, 21% or something. And a block revive here would be cool. This guy, another kind of bad epic, really. Attacks all enemies. Each crit boosts his turn meter. I like that. If he's gonna, so that's kind of aimed at Spider. If he's going to be a Spider champ, then give him something else here that is worthwhile in Spider. Maybe like a reduced speed for the main Spider. Maybe a passive that instead of each crit heals, what about each hit has a 25% of placing an HP burn on the target? Something like that. Just something which gives him a bit more Spider utility. Necro, I think, is actually okay. To this fella. We all knew I was going to say it, guys. Why did I know? Why am I going to say it? Because he's too strong. He's too strong. What needs to change? This shield scales way higher than any other epic shield in the game. And most legendary shields. So it's got to change in some way. Either the shield is reduced or the percentage to stun is reduced. There's too much in that one ability. I like this ally protection. I like that there's a stun chance here. It's got to be something tweaked here. It's too strong. Or his multipliers need to just come down a nudge on this. But at the moment, he's too overpowered. Tenacia, I think, is great. Doom Priest, I think, is fine. This Deathless is kind of really niche, but kind of okay. I can't imagine anyone would build her. I see what they're trying to do with her. So as people die, she does more damage. Kind of get it. Again, remove her from the game is my honest opinion, or a complete rework. She's kind of useless. Faceless. Let's see what he looks like under this. Again, he's got his place as a one-shot arena champ. Kind of get that. Skull Crown. Skull Crown's maybe even a bit overpowered with her damage. Maybe. Or maybe she's got too much in her kit. Maybe this should be like slightly less, but I probably wouldn't change her. I think it's nice to have some void epics that are kind of crazy like that. Whisper, I think Whisper is fine, I think, and so's so let's go on to the legendaries then. Bistophus definitely needs some more stuff going on. He's all reliant on block cooldown skills already being on. Yeah? And he's got block cooldown skills himself, 4 hits at random. So what I'd suggest is take away the decreased defense, give him an AoE block cooldown skills, which doesn't hit very hard, and then he gets an extra turn, and then he gets a chance to blow people up. That's what I'd suggest. Otherwise, it's so impossible to get his abilities off that he's just a waste of time. He's a really unique looking guy. If it's a guy, I'm not sure what it is. He definitely needs a rework, because at the moment he sits in everyone's vaults. Tomb Lord. So I talked about Stag Knight on day one. There's a lot of passion about Stag Knight in terms of they don't want him being nerfed. I get it. I mean, this guy's got a 5-turn cooldown on basically the same ability as Stag Knight, who's got a 3-turn cooldown. So this should be maximum 4, but probably should be a 3-turn cooldown. If it was, he would be top tier. So that's what I need to do. Change the cooldown of this, and then he's quality. Solus doesn't really have a place right now, but that's because of Rotus. Once Rotus goes away, he becomes meta again, so I think he's fine as he is. Hedge definitely needs a bit of a change, I think. Hedge definitely needs a bit of a change. I think the change comes here. I think the percentage of putting block cooldown skills should be lower. So I think places decrease attack. So that's happening on everyone. And a 50% chance to block cooldown skills. The 50% is way too high. It should be at maximum 25. Maximum 25. Because it's too strong. It's too strong right now. It just literally, I mean, the name's right, Crippling Cold. It's way too overpowered. And whirl him. God, whirl him. What a waste of time this champion is. Fine. I like the moves. The moves all are good. Just let him hit harder. Just change his multipliers so that he hits harder off defense, and then he's a good champ. That's all it needs. Bit of stronger damage on his kit, and he's a good champ. So pretty simple fix. Last one then. Let's go into dwarves. There's not that many here. Grizzled I think is cool. Rearguard is cool. Rock Breaker cool. Actually, I think all of the epics are kind of good. I think they're all a reasonable tier. The only one that maybe needs a buff for a void is Fellhammer. Again, his kit is actually fine. Probably just needs a bit of a tweak, maybe a bit more defense, or a bit more of a higher multiplier, but probably it's the defense side that he needs. But otherwise, pretty cool champs. So I think all of these are fine. Trunda is clearly out and out the best nuker in the game. She's also capable of being your spider burner. She's also got stuns. She's probably borderline OP. Borderline OP. And I'd say if anything should change, just tweak the damage multi. Don't make the same ability that's got the stun and the HP burn and all that stuff going on. Don't make it also the hardest hitting AoE ability in the game. So I think you just need to reduce the multiplier on this ability. And maybe up the scale of the multiplier on this one. But I don't want to nerf her into the ground. I like her kit. I think she's a fun champ. Loads of people will be devastated that I'm even talking about her. She's a strap-in lass. But she's just a bit too OP compared to everyone else in the game right now. In terms of like AoE damage. And guys, that is it. Part 4 done. Let's hope that Plarium makes some sensible choices and keep this game really good fun. Let's hope there's also a sensible discretion around anyone they do nerf, that the person that's got that champion's got the chance to get some of those resources back. Yeah, I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you soon.